816. Woo! All right, so I'm finally live. And oh my God, look at this. So I got YouTube Live to pop up. Yesterday, I couldn't do YouTube Live because YouTube's like, wait, you got to wait 24 hours. And I'm like, I've been working on patience, and I was like, F that. I'm going to film with my camera. And then I got a terrible video, terrible quality, and I'm a numerology 11. And guess what? I love perfection. And if something isn't perfect, I tend to just let it slide by and I'd never release it. So I was like, what a great lesson. This video is terrible quality, but the message is clear. Let's spin that properly. And then voila, you got a clear message, but you couldn't focus on me. So you had to focus on the message. That's called irony, and I love it. So with that trend, we have a new moon today, the Gemini moon. And today is 6/3. Numerology reduces down to 333, which I channeled a whole bunch of notes so I would actually stay focused, because I'll pick up so many channels and I have so much energy. And I literally just finished a class where I was like shifting my energy downward and putting it into my solar plexus, which is in my gut, which is like your core energy and your true you. But we'll get into that later. And I still have to educate myself on this. And this is like literally I'm educating myself as I go, but I'm educating others as I grow. Thank you, Spirit. That was pretty good. So video 2, my main thing I want to answer here is why. And I think I just answered why. It's like, as I'm healing myself and I'm healing everything that I have struggled with in life, I want to share with others so I can be like, yo, you've probably hit this at some point in your life. You probably don't know what it is or how to solve it, but guess what? It magically just like, and you're like, whoa, what was that? And you're like, now it makes sense. When you give yourself time to understand the positives and negatives, look at it at full circle perspective, put it all in one bag, you start healing and you grow this new layer like an onion over the top of you. And then it gets really hard to shake or break you. And that's something I truly pride myself on, is I do not bend, I do not break. I endlessly can be thrown against the wall and I just drop like a medicine ball, and I cannot be broken, shaken. I just look at stuff like, I wonder why they did that. What can I do to help them not do that? And that is true healing. But back to my why. My why that I channeled earlier was I absolutely love helping others. Endless compassion is my life mission, which happens to be perfect with my numerology as an 11. And I found this gift and this knowledge. This is my second point. Sorry, I'm terrible at this. So I found this gift and this endless knowledge that I keep acquiring. And it's amazing the people that are attracting to me, and they're all just like, and the first video, I had 100% content consumption from 8 people, which 8's a really good number if you're doing something spiritual and materialistically balanced. And I was like 100%, actually it's 100.1%, which is an 11, which is endless validation for me. I'm on the right path. Number 3 is I want to grow my gift, and I can't grow my gift without growing myself and helping others grow, because now we go full circle. And now it's like, as I grow, you grow. As I learn stuff, I share stuff. I share with you, you share with others. And now we're just like, so Chris taught us this. I taught somebody this and one-upped him. Now I'm going to one-up you. And then we keep growing vibrations until it's like, everybody's open wide and everybody's loving one another. Love is the most important message right now, especially with the trend of the universe. And we're in Gemini, which is like, yes, no, absolutely no in between. There's no shades of gray in a Gemini. It's literally like, they'll say this, they'll do that. They'll tell you this, they'll tell somebody else that. Or it's just really like, in business, I find myself as a Pisces, I can transform into other signs. And I am heavily Gemini right now, because I'm like, I was such a maybe guy as a Pisces. I'm a contemplator. And I was like, this isn't working for business. I need to be a yes or a no guy. So then I'm like magically attracting all these Aquarius. And I'm like, oh, Geminis attract Aquarius. I have a lot of Gemini traits going on right now. And I only have Geminis in my Mars, but I'm heavily motivated. And, the irony of this is like, Chris, how can you be a Gemini? I love these shoes, made by a Gemini. And it is so ironic that it's white and it's pure from the ground up. Anywho, which I worked on endlessly. But, okay, so Here's some notes that I channeled earlier that I think are important to share. And it is like, we're in a dark time right now, which makes so much sense that all this light is presenting and manifesting and growing all around. Like literally in my life, I'm seeing everybody spiritually awake. And I almost feel as if I'm spiritually awakening a lot of people. But then people who are spiritually awakened are really hot on my trail of what I'm like endlessly rabbit holing and diving into. Kind of creepy, super cool. I call it crazy, awesome, cool, weird, kind of my mantra. But so all these light workers are awakening everywhere right now. It's like literally we're upon the great awakening, which is like literally we've been so dark, so negative. You cannot see light until you have darkness. You do not know the moon is there until you have darkness to see it there. I mean, sometimes you can see it barely there. Okay, for all you people who want to argue that. But I mean, at night, it's like there. And then voila, you have light at night, light workers, and stars belong in the night. Star seeds, light workers. You seeing the trend here? I hope so. But I know this most recent, this is all that. Anything in touch is turning the light. Yes. So something else I've noticed is anything I put my hands on, whether it be a company, whether it be, anything I'm getting involved in, oh my gosh, it's growing and expanding. And as soon as they cut me out of it, oh my gosh, it just dies. And I don't mean that in an arrogant, narcissistic way. I've noticed it. It's happened. It's a reality. And then I've had this gift where I endlessly see one, which is think it, see it, create it, manifest it. Trends for days. Is that I'm a dreamer and less of a doer. I know that I catch myself on that, but I'm aware of it, so I work around it. But I saw 11:1 endlessly. And then magically, all these numerology ones are popping in my life, so a numerology 11 is typically a 2-9 or a 3-8. So we have to balance the 2 energy going up, which is love and romance, and then 9, which is the emotional life getting pounded and then teaching people from it. So in a way, a numerology 1 is just a direct leader in life, and they go straight to the finish line. Numerology 11s go bing, 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 bing. But whenever we kind of get this 2 and 9 energy balanced, then we just elevate on both sides, and everything grows around us, and we go full circle. But if you throw a numerology 1 in there, he's going up the middle, she's going up the middle. I'm playing ping pong till I find my balance, and then we got 3 things going up, and it's like it's hard to stop one powerful energy. But if you have 3 powerful energies, good luck. You don't want to be on that wrong side, because it's like I tell people with negative energy, when somebody could watch this and say, Chris is crazy, this and that, and I could be like, I respect that. And they're like, whoa, you didn't give a reaction. I'm like, no, you wanted a reaction. I know that. And then they're like, endlessly will resist you, but positive energy bends, breaks, and just blows through negative energy. Negative energy can only last so long with positive energy present. We know this through quantum physics. We know this through all kinds of physics. So keep that in mind. Back to topic. I kind of got off a little bit. So I kind of covered that one already. So some important facts that I channeled earlier, and these are literally stuff I picked up from listening to G-Eazy. He's a total profit sidekick. He's a numerology 11. I resonate very highly with his music, and I find myself listening to him when I need to find an answer. And something that is endlessly said in songs, if you shall ask, you shall receive, or ask, you shall receive, which is so true, but something that I don't think he fully elaborates is, if you ask, you shall receive, but if you deserve it, the universe will serve it. If you don't need it, you won't see it, because maybe that's a part in your life that you need to go through this lesson. You need to learn from this like super traumatic event so that you can help other people through it, which is the 9 of my numerology being a 2-9-11. I have to go through, I've been through hell and back. I tell everybody 0 to birth at 28 years old. And I'm 20, I turned 28 March 15th this year. But at my 20th birthday, I felt like the world started opening up to me. I was endlessly chasing stuff, and it was just like cut off. Nothing would manifest. It would just drop. It was like I was endlessly running in circles and seeing my success just go, okay, it's happening. Yes, you're going to know. Shoot, nothing happened. Okay, let's try something else. And it was endlessly leading me to where I needed to be now. But, you know, an inside joke too I have is I went to hell and back in my first 28 years, but I made a lot of friends along the way. And now those friends and I are all spiritually awakening and growing together. And it's absolutely beautiful. And if you dislike that, I don't care. Sorry. Next up is you must let go in order to grow. So my friend Jen last night was asking me all these questions like, when am I going into entrepreneurship? And I'm like, you don't know it, but you're about to jump really quickly. And with this new moon, the cycle, so you're starting a new cycle. And I see her just developing as an entrepreneur overnight. Like she's starting a vlog. She's got traction. She's sending me all of her analytics and there's threes popping up everywhere, which I'm like, you are so on point right now. And she's afraid, sorry, Jen, I'm exposing you here, but she's afraid of financially falling. And I was like, she's like, what if I lose my house? And I was like, then you'll get a bigger house if you're on the right path. And it's like, you know, you have to let go of everything, disconnect from everything in order to grow more things. So say I lose my apartment, I bet I get a bigger one. I lose my car, I bet I get a better one. I lose my girlfriend, I bet I get a cuter one or a better one. Like there's endless stuff that happens. When you let go, you grow. And that resonated so hard. And I was like, man, spirit, high fives all around. Like I see you guys sending me all these messages. And then the last point I had on this page, I don't know what the other page looks like to tell you the truth, was you must be holistically able to feel everything in order to heal, which I covered earlier. That's like putting every component and emotion in a bag, looking at this bag and being like, so why did this problem exist? And then holding accountability for yourself. Like, what happened to me? Why did I do that? What was the reaction that caused them to act that way? How could I have solved it better? You know, if everybody's right, nobody's left. So that's holistically says like hold accountability for yourself. Every problem has two sides. This party and this party disagreed and they both think they're right. So everybody's on the right side, nobody's left. So it's like, all right, now when you go, let's talk in the center, you get a nice numerology 6, like my roommate who likes to pull this side and this side together, meet in the middle, solve the problem. Everybody goes on their way. A lot of stuff happens. A lot of healing happens. You get a new layer on your onion, and then you start growing as a person, and everything opens up around you. Whew, that's a lot. I'm kind of exhausted from this. I'm not going to lie. Next. Oh, man. So with the Gemini moon, real quick, real important concept here. Jen, this is why you're seeing threes, because today is 6-3, which is 9, which breaks down into 9, or I'm sorry, 3-3-3, which is so Pisces. We're holistic seers. We're the mediators between the upper and lower levels. And Pisces is the 12th sign. In numerology, you can't have a 12. You can have a 1 + 2 = 3. Bingo. And it's ironic that all these Geminis I know are endlessly wearing purple. They have amethyst all over them. They have purple fingernails. And it's everybody is highly channeling Pisces right now to help them through this darkness. And a lot of the Pisces I know are becoming light workers and they're really awakening overnight. And then Pisces, so I looked up my natal chart yesterday and there's this cool little triangle. I can't remember what it was called. It's like a T-complex triangle or something like that. But it was Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And I'm looking at the Pisces numbers and I go and look it up and it turns out that Pisces is going to be at that degree which everybody starts spiritually awakening here soon. And it's like, oh my gosh, yes. And I'm a Pisces and I know I'm a great awakener because it's happening all around me. So score, we'll see what happens with that. And I'll keep you guys posted. You know, threes, if you see threes, the number 3 means ideas, communication. So you get all these ideas, but you have to communicate them with others. And, you know, if you channel an idea, you get it, you need to write it down because that's you holding your thought to it. If you don't, it passes on to the next guy, and then you're going to watch somebody else manifest when they write it down and act on it. Threes also mean inspired, creative, artistic, spiritual, and ascension, which I literally feel myself just rising up every day. It's like I'm finding out more about myself. I'm helping more people. I'm literally getting to a whole new level of life, and I love it. And it's like, you know, everything I'm seeing and hearing is the universe is forever. You can go down this rabbit hole as far as you want. It's cool. Your whole life, will grow around you. And that is what I'm literally watching happening. As I grow and ascend, my life is growing around me, and I'm creating this massive foundation right now for like the greatest pyramid, which there are 3 of those, the Giza. Perfectly in line. Oh, perfectly in line with Orion's belt. And I'm endlessly fascinated with pyramids as well. 3 also means harmony and clarity. And if you guys can't tell, like I feel extra clear. Thank you to this little stone. But it's also like the harmony around my life right now is beautiful, and it's expanding as I see more clarity. It gets more harmonious. There's synergizing. It's kind of like that going up the levels, but there is no top. So let's see how far we can go. Ooh, this was a really good channel note. So we are in Gemini. This is the 3rd season here. And so Gemini is a 3. So we got a 3. And then what else did I put here? Oh, and it's a duality sign, which is a 2. Gemini and Pisces are your 2 duality signs, which we both love control. And I really don't like working with Geminis a whole lot. There's a couple I can stand, but for the most part, it doesn't really work out because they just want to like, oh, here, you're doing your job. They like to pull you out of your lane and take over, which, you know, cool, whatever, it happens. I know it. I'm aware of it. I just, you know, dodge that bullet now. But as a duality sign, there are 2. So there's 2 in a season of 3, which means 5 is present, and 5 is the greatest number of change. 5 is just endless change, and allowing, you know, stepping out of the way of the universe to let the change happen is the most important factor. And I really feel like that's what this season is about from what has been hitting me is like Gemini's black and white. Are you know, going to be like a super positive power, or are you going to be a super negative power? What do you want this change to occur? Do you want to go from negative to positive? Do you want to go from positive to negative? I wouldn't, you know, the second one I wouldn't do that, but you know, if that's your calling, then go with it. See what happens. I highly, you know, say no to that, but you know, you have to learn for yourself. I can tell you everything, but until you do it yourself and learn by yourself, you know, that's how that works. But you know, and then 3, the last 2 notes I have here, I think are the most important. You know, 3 means follow your first thought. And when you get that first thought, you can keep it in your head all day, but until you make that first action, nothing will happen. And you have to act. Because, you know, dreams are stuck up here, but when you act on them, we call that reality. That is so powerful. I love that. And then growth and development, 3. You know, I'm all about triangles. Triangles are 3s. You have, you know, this is me. What 2 pieces do I need to grow? Because I see a triangle moving upward, which, you know, a Merkaba is 2 triangles put together. So you have one like this, one like this. You have 6 points, but you have 2 3s growing together. And it's like, you know, like I said earlier, if you have this power going here, this line, but now you have 3 powers going up, like you have endless growth and endless development from the power of 3 or a triangle. And the pyramids, you know, there's 3 of those. I mean, there's 3s everywhere at that. So, you know, really focus on the power of 3. And if you endlessly see the number 3, Google what it means. But the most important thing to focus on is like, you're going to see this huge manuscript, and then you got to relate which part of that relates to what you were thinking in the moment, what you were doing. Think about everything that was happening when you saw that number, and then what you're reading, how it resonates to that. It's really cool. And then start writing this stuff down. Like, I'll show you guys my notebook. It's kind of funny. So I go to Office Depot, and I'm like, I need to get a notebook. My eyes, whenever I go looking for something, my eyes just like, I go from looking at the whole picture and they just lock on something. My eyes lock on this sparkly purple notebook, and I'm like, I get it. I'm a Pisces. Purple's my color. I love purple. But then I'm like, Spirit, are you serious? You want me to get that purple? And it's like, yes. And I'm like, seriously? And it's like, get that purple. And I'm like, one more time. 3rd time's the charm. Are you sure you want me to get it? And it's like, yeah. And I'm like, let's get the purple. My roommate Spencer's cracking up at me, and I'm like, hey, it called my name. And it's sparkly. It kind of looks like some stars in the purple. And this is my aura color deep down inside. So let's roll with it. Best choice I've ever made. On that note, peace, love, harmony. Catch you on the flip. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, tell your friends, and thrive.